Hey, fellow freaksters, it's Tim from the Moratorium. Just here to remind you that if you enjoy what you hear, please like, share, and subscribe, then rinse and repeat. We're just a couple of small-town nerds trying to make sweet geek love to your ear holes, and we can use your support. Look for us on your favorite social media, or contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Now that that's out of the way, on with the shenanigans. Welcome to the Yarn Wall, a mini moratorium. I'm your host, Tim Kornman. On this episode, Jason and I take a long, drunken dive into the depths of IMDb. This is where we break down the last week's film and follow the yarn to make the thinnest and slightest connection to our next movie. It's kind of like a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game with slurred speech and double vision, which can only explain the sudden jump into the middle of the thread of the conversation that is the Yarn Wall.
Is that Larry the Cable Guy?
They're eating trouser chicken.
All of his chins are sweaty.
Wieners!
His name is Wizzy. The last indignity. Just watching Valley Girl right now while we're talking.
The old Valley Girl? You watching?
Not the new one.
Okay. Naked watching Nicolas Cage. That's a Sunday afternoon.
It is.
A normal Sunday afternoon.
Yep. It's where you'll find me. Nude, sweaty, and watching old Starsky and Hutch episodes.
I am drinking a couple of beers to try to get a little loose now. And that's it. That's it.
Man.
Welcome to the apocalypse.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was bad. We took Mom some fajitas,
Fajitas?
Fajitas. And I've never known her to be, I don't know, but she's just self-isolating in her home and watching the news. And she is like,
was she all cocooned up and just twitching?
She wouldn't talk to us without a mask, which is good,
Did it have to be a hockey mask?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to her about, but she doesn't even like hockey. I don't know. And I know she's never seen Friday the 13th.
Really? She's never seen it?
Oh, I wouldn't. Well,
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Your mom is too pure too.
Yeah, well, she doesn't like the horror stuff too much. She does to a certain extent, but.
All right, so hey, welcome to the Yarn Wall.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm your host, Tim Kornman.
And I'm Jason Walker.
All right. What are we breaking down today? What kind of crap are we breaking down?
Well, did we say all that there was to say about Street Trash? Can we finally just...
Can you put that to bed?
I was upset because I just learned Friday, I think, that Joe Bob actually did Street Trash on one of these newer Shudder.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's this last season of the Last Drive-In.
Awesome. Did you watch it?
Yeah, except no, I haven't yet. And, maybe that's a good thing that we didn't have all these kind of...
that we go into things blind?
Yeah, just, it's not our job to just...
To tell the facts?
Yeah. That's not why we're, that's why Joe Bob is so great, because he entertains and gives you, the facts.
And we rarely entertain.
Yeah, that's a problem. We're going to have to work on that, seeing as how that's literally the only thing that we have to do. But anyway, so I will watch that. And God, he really is like, Wikipedia he just knows all this stuff,
Makes you feel like we should really research a lot more before we start an episode.
Oh, man.
That's another thing though. When you have a weekly episode, it's a lot when you have a full-time job.
Exactly.
We're not trying to gloss over everything. No, we're trying to.
No.
We're
heaven forbid.
We're having fun, and that's what we're here
having
to do.
fun.
We're having fun.
And also, Street Trash just didn't have a lot of actors that haven't been in anything else, and for good reason. No,
I still wish we could have found Meltdown Memoirs.
No, one of these days we'll do like a follow up because I would love to watch that.
There is actually another doc called
About street trash?
yeah, it was. No, this is Meltdown Memoirs, but there's also The Making of a Melt or something like that. I believe.
Okay. You know, you texted me this last week and actually used that as a noun, didn't you? Weren't you saying that you were going to? I apologize if we've talked about this, but that is officially a genre term, a melt movie,
It's like a subgenre or yeah.
The Blob.
Yeah, The Blob fits in with the Melt movies, and there's a
Right,
lot
we were
of
talking about RoboCop.
RoboCop. Yeah, there's they talked about that. There's several people that have gone into depth on what makes a Melt movie. Now, would it
Wow.
just be a small portion of the film,
Right,
that
or the
actually
overall kind of
right?
device that by which everybody, I mean, that's like the stuff, you know. Well,
Yeah,
I
the
guess,
stuff
yeah.
is probably the next in line for overall
Yeah, sure.
meltiness.
I looked up earlier. I was trying to find a term for, you know, how most of our favorite horror movies. I don't know. I feel stupid because I'm sure someone has covered this before, but you know, all of my favorite horror movies typically occur. Whatever's happening, the event or the phenomena is all in one place. You know, like the
Okay,
cabin in Evil Dead, or
right,
like
right.
you know. And I was like, is there a term for that type of, you know?
Just an isolation film.
I guess maybe, yeah, kind
I
of.
don't know.
Those are the good ones, you know. Well, it was because I was watching VFW,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good segue.
yes, and I've got a lot to say about a couple of the actors in that movie. Anyway, I mean, is it just the kind of claustrophobia sort of being in just this one, you know?
Could be, but I like that. I've always been a fan of just limited settings.
Yeah, it's probably cheaper just to have
Mm-hmm.
one setting. You know, if you're a low budget, you know, these kind of auteurs like Sam Raimi, and they ain't got a lot of scratch, so they have to make do with what they got.
Mm-hmm. And reading a little bit about Street Trash and trying to dig a little bit more into it. Now, where I actually came up with the $500,000 to make
Mm-hmm.
the film for what it was stated. Anyway, $500,000 is not, it's nothing to sneeze at. There's been
Yeah.
there's been better movies made on less money.
For sure. Wow, so
But
that was the budget they had for Street Trash?
that's what it says. But I did see that James Muro,
Uh-huh.
his parents owned a salvage.
Oh, okay, so they didn't.
I don't know if that was the salvage they filmed in. I can only
Mhm.
assume because that would
Yeah.
be the cheapest way to go.
what if it wasn't? What if his parents were just dicks and would not let him? No, we are not filming that. Well, and of course they're like, you want to play football with a no, you're not you're not coming over here. And don't come over for Thanksgiving either. Well, it said in that well, I guess it was on IMDb that was his apartment, you know, that was at least the outside of it. I love those movies where nobody signed anything, nobody you know, it's just kind of guerrilla, you know, just walking down the street with the camera and filming people and then getting the hell out of there, I assume,
As
when
quick
they're
as
done.
possible. Yes.
Right. But anyway, Street Trash is a great movie. I can't believe it's been snubbed.
I think it's garnered a big following just because of its yeah.
Disgusting content.
Yeah. This is
Dick football.
dick football.
Dick football. Let's just say that about 100 times.
So go ahead and you wanted to talk about VFW.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's talk about VFW before we go on with more Street Trash since you brought it up.
Okay.
Because we both watched it.
Pretty great.
And this is a movie that we're probably not going to cover.
No.
But we can highlight.
Yes. And maybe and I was kind of in the back of my mind thinking that we might cover at some point a couple of movies that are kind of the same circumstances.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a good movie.
I enjoyed it. It was dark. I kind of wish there was a little bit.
Yeah.
They could have shown more effects by having better lighting, but I understand.
I was just thinking that. And it looks like they do have good effects, but there's a scene where the young kid that just came back from Iraq or Afghanistan, he has a scene where, of course, there's antlers on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have a zombie beat down in a bar without having something to like impale somebody on. But that army guy, he like shoved this guy's face into one of those antlers, and man, it was real hard to see.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see the antler like poke out the
Same
front.
here.
But it did make like a squish sound when he did it, which I appreciate.
I do appreciate, because I had thought about writing a script before about badass old guys, but that's really what we have here is a group of badass old guys. I think everybody is over 70 in this film. Fred Williamson's like 82.
That's what I was going to say. He's like, and still, I mean, you got to figure he was like pushing 70 when he was in From Dusk Till Dawn, and he is fucking hilarious in that.
He looks a little worn out. I mean, sometimes I think he's just propped up. Somebody's got a 2x4 just hold him up.
When all of the friends have kind of made it to the bar by this point, there's a weird shot, like an insert shot of like George Wendt, and all these guys are like talking and laughing, and there's just this weird little shot of George Wendt. Like, I don't think he was there that day, but he's just like laughing at something. I don't know. It was very strange. If you watch it again, it's weird. You're like, oh, the hell is he doing? Like, has he been there the whole time?
Fred Williamson has 131 credits.
Man, I have seen a number of his, like European movies. I would love to know the circumstances for that. A lot of those Italian, like Mad Max ripoffs. Man, he's in like 5 or 6 of them. And he's like the only one speaking English on the whole set. And
I guess I didn't realize he was in Warriors of the Wasteland.
That is a movie that Riff Tracks has covered, and so I've seen it several times.
That's the Italian.
Yes. I haven't looked it up, but I'm sure the same director did a bunch of these. They just reuse the same sets and just kind of a Roger Corman thing. It's like, okay, well, now you wear you were a mayor in the last movie, so now you get a mohawk and have to drive around this dune buggy with metal plates.
Because, 1982 was the Bronx Warriors, Warriors of the Wasteland, and Escape from the Bronx. Yeah.
Yeah. Escape 2000 is what I know Escape from the Bronx as.
And that director was named Enzo Castellari.
MST mishears a guy's name. There's a community of people that live under the city, like in the sewers and stuff. This guy's the leader of them, and his name is Toblerone. like the candy that you get from like, it looks like a ruler kind of. That's not his name, but they hear it as Toblerone.
So let's point out that David Patrick Kelly, he sounds exactly the same he did in the Warriors.
Did you watch the Twin Peaks season 3, I guess, or the new Twin Peaks? Not. Well, I don't want to get into all that, but he's never mind. That we'll do a Twin Peaks podcast one. Oh man, we got to do a Twin Peaks podcast.
Martin Cove, gotta love Martin Cove. I mean, he was playing a badass in this. And he is getting up there. 74.
Wow.
He looks good.
He doesn't look like he's 74.
William Sadler looks like he aged a little bit.
Yeah, William Sadler looks like, in order to get into my character, can you just knock all my teeth out and give me he went real method with it,
And he was probably the youngest. He's only 70, and he's returning for death for Bill and Ted 3. By the way, yeah,
awesome. I really like him. He's a good, solid.
But he was one of the bad guys in Die Hard 2? Yeah,
yes,
naked and just
okay,
totally ripped.
Naked and totally ripped.
And watching Valley Girl.
Is he not in Rush, the movie with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Jason Patrick? I think he's like a drug dealer or something. I could be completely wrong.
I'm on him. Rush was probably about 1992. What do you think?
Yeah,
91.
maybe a little early.
Oh, so close. Yep.
Pretty good.
And right after that, he
loved
did
that movie.
Trespass, which I enjoyed Trespass.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Is that the one with Bill Paxton? Yes. And oh, yeah. That's a cool movie.
And I saw that at the theater. And Freaked. You got to love Freaked.
Yes, of course.
Or Hideous Mutant Freaks is what I think the original title was.
The original title. Okay, we'll have to table that because I want to talk about that too.
So let's talk more about VFW because I know you wanted to talk about Stephen Lang.
Yes. Have we talked about everybody else? George Wendt was in it.
You know, he didn't.
About how weird
he didn't do a whole lot, but that was all right.
I thought that they missed an opportunity when they didn't have him say his classic catchphrase. What was it? Who do I have to fuck for a martini? Or I don't remember what he. Oh, he was Norm in Cheers.
Right. I'm not sure if that's exactly how they put it in Cheers.
I don't remember Cheers a lot.
So Stephen Lang,
okay. Now this is my segment.
This is your segment.
I literally have like 10 tabs open
just on Stephen
about
Lang.
shit.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I don't want you to. I'm going to
tell me not to stop looking him up right now.
Yeah,
so
stop
I can
looking at it for a second because I want to blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
I want to blow your dumb cracker mind. Well, so just real quick, Stephen Lang. I mean,
he's a badass.
Yes, he's awesome. The first time it must be because he's, I don't know, he's just hit that sweet spot where now he is like a solid actor that they can throw in, or he can carry a movie now by himself, I guess. The first time I saw him...
First time we actually recognized that he was a good actor.
Yes. What was in Avatar. He has the robot knife fight.
And he is super buff, and he's 70 years old. I mean, he's actually...
ripped in that movie.
I think he's 68.
Wow. Yeah, Avatar, it seemed like the first time that I had ever seen him. And then you start looking at his IMDb, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe.
Was really good.
Which was after Avatar. Yes, but I really enjoyed it. I thought he did a great job in that film.
So I started doing a little dive, and it just got weirder and weirder and deeper and deeper. Okay, first of all, I have to make an announcement. I just can't believe that he was Ike in Tombstone.
That's where I stopped.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" I had to go and look at pictures of Ike Clanton to see him, and I was like, "Holy crap! He doesn't look buff in that."
No, and not handsome at all. But his whole face is covered with he has a gigantic mustache, just like Kurt Russell does. They did a lot to make him seem just kind of whiny.
He did a great job in that.
Oh, it was awesome. Totally awesome. But I had no idea that was it. Okay, so that's the first piece of information that I was like, okay. So then I just did my normal, which was just scroll down to the very first thing they did. And dude, this is going to blow your fucking mind. If it doesn't blow your mind, if you already knew this piece of information, I'm going to drive over to your house and physically kill you because this is I just could not believe this. Stephen Lang is the fucking teacher in Band of the Hand. He's the one that, he's like wearing a black karate gi the whole time.
No, I did not.
Are you familiar with Band of the Hand?
I have not seen it in years, but now I've got to find a picture of him now.
Dude, I must have watched that movie 100 times. I'm really not being facetious about it. I used to have this movie memorized, and it was just because of like HBO or it was always on. So yeah, that was the first.
Hold on, I'm looking at him right now.
Yeah.
Has he got a ponytail?
No. He doesn't have a ponytail.
He just has a little headband.
Yes.
Okay. God, he looks young.
Yeah, for sure.
And Band of the Hand was 1986, so yeah, he was young.
Right. Exactly. That's probably why he looked like it. Lauren Holly is also in that movie.
But he does look buff in this too. I mean, he really does.
Yeah. When you look at his IMDb, what they tell you right up front is that he is a very talented stage actor.
Okay.
For years and years. You can tell too, because like in VFW, he's really like bringing some kind of like gravitas to his performance. Everything, every facial expression he has, is he's just in the character.
This might blow your mind too. You probably don't know.
I don't know if I can.
This is I'm just looking at a picture here from Band of the Hand.
Mm-hmm.
And John Cameron Mitchell was one of the kids, a blonde guy.
Yep.
Who played Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
See, I know his name, but I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy in Band of the Hand, the little skinny, weird rooster-looking guy, is Hedwig?
Is Hedwig.
Wow. God, this movie looks like they just coated all of their actors in like vegetable oil or something. Everybody's sweaty. The Hispanic dude, he's just out of jail, but they let him wear like all of his like pimp clothes and stuff.
Okay.
Can't find him. I don't know what his name is.
There's a Danny Quinn, Michael Carmine.
I think he's Michael Carmine. Yeah, for sure.
Yep, that's him. I recognize him from Leviathan. Oh,
and he was just as sweaty in that movie.
Oh, he was. He was dripping.
He lived in those apartments in Batteries Not Included.
Holy
but anyway.
Shit. Leviathan was almost his last film. He died in 1989.
No way.
From heart attack due to AIDS complications.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Just hit us with some fucking...
We're going
kind of
deep.
sad.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, he was the one that was... I guess he was infected in Leviathan or something, and he started to like kind of change, and they had to kill him. Is that right?
I think so.
Oh man!
All right, continue with
okay, Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang.
Okay, so
what else you got for me?
Accomplished stage actor. Would it surprise you to know Band of the Hand? That was directed by Paul Michael Glaser. Do you know who Paul Michael Glaser is?
We're talking about Miami Vice?
No, that's the exact first thing that I thought.
No shit. It's totally wrong.
He has three names, but it's not that good. I'm so happy you said that because that's what I thought.
Okay. Oh, no shit. Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, he's Starsky.
Yeah.
He directed Band of the Hand.
No shit.
Do you want to just
so we
finish
stop
the podcast?
Yep.
Yeah, let's just stop everything. That was our last episode.
Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Click. All right, that's enough. Where were we a second ago? We were at Paul Michael Glaser.
Yeah, Paul Michael Glaser. I'm afraid to dig down too deep into that because I don't want to know why he...
What you might not have known, he directed The Running Man.
Right, yeah, okay. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Too. I didn't either. I thought that was like, one of those Shane Black type dudes. Michael Mann produced Band of the Hand. So I don't know.
Why isn't it 3 hours long?
I know. But it also feels like that was a, like a Miami Vice like spinoff or something. And then
yeah.
I love Michael Mann. You ever seen Collateral?
Yes. That was a pretty good movie.
A damn good movie. All right, so this is still just spiraling and spiraling. So the reason I looked up, watched VFW, looked up Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang led me to Band of the Hand. Band of the Hand has so many, I just can't believe Lauren Holly's in it, and James Remar is in it. Lawrence Fishburne is in it. His character name is Cream.
Oh, man.
If they're going to be like an evil black guy, they have to call him like Mr. White. Also, Lauren Holly was married to the kind of good-looking Italian guy in Band of the Hand.
Okay.
He's got like a suit on and stuff.
Thought you may have tried to reach with something when you said that when you bring up Michael Mann,
Mm-hmm.
but then you failed to mention that Stephen Lang was in Manhunter.
Right, of course. He is the
He's Freddie Lowndes. He's the
he's like
the tattler.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't look anything
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
That's what sort of got me interested in this is he can play a like array of I can't believe that he's like the weaselly newspaper guy.
And holy shit. This is getting deep, okay?
That's what I was saying.
He was in Project X. I don't remember him that. He was in The Hard Way. Michael J. Fox.
Oh, yes.
Michael J. Fox, James Woods.
Yeah, James Woods.
He was the bad guy in that. He was the one that was playing with his mouse and like he kept saying from me to you, from me to you, from me to you, and just coloring and like paint shop on his face or whatever.
Yep.
Holy shit. You can see a picture of him if you go into the photos on IMDb under The Hard Way. And he kind of looks like who's that guy from Buckaroo Banzai? He has that white
Peter
hair.
Weller.
No, we brought this up before, but he has just that stone white hair.
Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly. We need to figure out what that dude's name is.
Yeah. So since we can
one of these days, I'm on IMDb right now, but I can't be bothered to look at that right now.
I've got 7 tabs open.
Yeah, I've got a bunch.
And I haven't even started in where I was going on this. So
one tab's just Paul Michael Glaser. Glazer?
Sure.
I feel like I'm saying it's just laser with a G at the beginning. We were going to try to watch the TV Salem's Lot, from the 70s with Hutch. And I don't think we ever actually did it.
Still on the table.
Antonio Fargas.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. You
just wanted to say his name, and that was enough.
Yes.
That's it.
I really like him. Can't remember his name, but he's in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. He's the pimp that has the goldfish in his platform shoes. And he gets shit talked on the street because the fish are dead. They're just kind of floating around him. Okay, this is just another like mind-blowing. I just had no idea about any of this. So many tabs.
I'm talking about Michael Mann because he directed The Keep.
Yes. I mean, which doesn't have anything to do with what I was going to say, but man, we need to do that movie pretty soon. Gandalf's in it.
I didn't realize that Michael Mann directed Thief with James Caan.
Oh, man. That is a fucking beautiful movie.
Really? I've never seen it. I will put that on my list.
I don't know what type of lens and what type of film Michael Mann uses, but all of his movies kind of look the same. There's so many city streets and like street lights and makes beautiful movies. Okay, so what I think I was going to say is George P. Cosmatos.
Okay.
Greco-Italian film director and screenwriter. Okay. Directed Tombstone.
Okay.
He directed Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
And Cobra,
Tombstone, of Unknown Origin. We were just talking about Peter Weller.
I watched that not too long ago.
It's Killer Rats, right?
It's more like a killer rat, I think. Is it just one?
Just the one.
This driving him insane. And Peter Weller.
We can't afford to have more than one killer rat, so you better make it good. It better not look like a wiener dog with a piece of carpet on top of it or whatever. Okay. He's got a ton of credits, but after Of Unknown Origin, he just directed. That's kind of an odd. He directed Leviathan, which we were just talking about for no reason. And Peter Weller was in that too. So anyway, I had to say all of that just to say his son is Panos
Yeah.
Cosmatos.
Which we talked about in the earlier
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
He directed Beyond the Black Rainbow
Mhm.
and Mandy.
Yes.
And I absolutely
Did not know
fucking
that.
loved both of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mandy just had Nicolas Cage in just the. I mean, that clearly was made for.
Mm-hmm.
It suited all of his strong
So
points.
that makes sense why he was a video assist operator for the second unit in Tombstone.
Right, he does have a Tombstone credit.
How did he get a credit in Tombstone? He's young.
Yeah, he had to be like in his 20s.
His dad got him in.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yep. Those movies, he didn't do The Void, but he has something to do. He has a credit on it for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is probably apt because that movie is kind of similar to. I love The Void. The Void is probably my favorite movie of the last couple of years.
We'll have to come back around to Color Out of Space and do a highlight on that.
Yeah, for sure. We don't have time to do it now, but yeah, we should talk about that. Okay, well then let's leave it right there, and then we'll pick up on a Panos Cosmatos when we do the next Yarn Wall.
All right. So I watched a few things this week that were just kind of oddball, but I caught a bit of Lord of Illusions.
Love that movie.
All right. And I watched the end of it.
Clive Barker direct that?
Clive Barker did direct that.
Mm-hmm.
The bad guy in it is Daniel von Bargen.
Yeah. Nix is his name in the movie.
Exactly.
And he's the guy from The Postman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He kind of strikes me as another Stephen Lang. Like, he's so projecting all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
He must be another stage kind of guy.
Yeah, but he died in 2015.
Wow, really?
Complications from diabetes. But yeah, I enjoyed him. He was in RoboCop 3.
Real solid dude.
I saw his face and I couldn't remember where that face was coming from.
That scene where you first see him walking the baboon to the, whatever they've got, like a human sacrifice, or they're in a cult, I guess is what it is. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh man, that was a scary fucking scene.
It got me to thinking about Lord of Illusions. I hadn't seen this in 20 years.
It's got that real pale guy from he's the guy from Deep Rising. Have you ever seen that movie? It's like another.
Yeah, it was right around the time we had The Abyss, we had Deep Rising, we had Deep Star 6.
Yeah, Deep Star 6. They had those little like guns, like harpoons that would like inflate you for some reason. They're seriously playing like a video game from the 80s that you would find at like a grocery store or something, where you just have to walk around and like inflate things with a gun and make them explode. What was that all about? What were they even? Why did they?
Exactly.
Oh man, so we're gonna have to do a whole podcast about that.
So this guy's name was Kevin J. O'Connor. He had this look on his face. I don't know. He had this crazy hair. He's the illusionist,
Oh, okay. Yes.
Kevin J. O'Connor. He looked to me like a cross between Tom Noonan and the
Tim Burton.
Could be Tim Burton or the kid that was on Criminal Minds. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That kid bothers me too. And I brought this up because as a writer, I hate doing an exhibition. I hate just, having a character that knows it all, that can tell the audience what the fuck's going on. That bothers me. So when I saw Kevin J. O'Connell, I thought about the kid in Criminal Minds, which brought me back to Joshua Jackson. Joshua Jackson was in Fringe, the TV show Fringe, which I refused to watch.
Yeah.
Because the old guy in it, who I enjoy him. What was his name? John Noble.
I was so surprised to see that he looks like he's I don't know how to put this. I don't think I've ever seen him before that show.
Before Fringe? Yeah, he was in Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh yeah, he was like Denethor.
Exactly.
Yeah, he had that weird scene where he ate all those tomatoes.
Exactly.
It was really gross. But he was, Brad Dourif was Worm Tongue, and he was,
His character in Fringe is the epitome of what I hate. I hate that person that it has to be the know-it-all and has to tell the audience what's going on because I have an eidetic memory. It pisses me off.
Every week he can be like, I just remembered this. And, kind of a...
Anyway.
I don't like his face. I don't like his skin. He has really thin skin.
Mm-hmm. He's in a series right now of Hunters, which is
the Al Pacino Nazi hunter.
Exactly.
Thing.
So
that looks pretty awesome.
I want to check it out sometime.
Yeah, Al Pacino's like 4'2". He's a tiny little guy.
Which is not the actor that is in our next movie. Okay, knowing that I dropped you a few hints.
Are you just skidding into this one?
I'm doing a total 90-degree turn right here. We are right turning Clyde. Because I wanted to talk about, let's go back to Street Trash. And Street Trash has that feel to it, has that look to it, right?
Would not want to feel Street Trash.
But beyond being like a melt movie.
I'm getting used to that term now. I'm starting to...
You're boning up to it? Mm-hmm. Is that the right thing? Boning?
No, yeah, sure. I don't think you use that properly.
All right.
This is dirty.
So it gave me the same feel as like Repo Man.
Uh-huh.
You know, it just, I don't know. It's just the gritty filmmaking type, you know. Am I wrong?
No, but I mean, Repo Man was a much better movie.
Exactly.
Yes, it is. I see. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got into Repo Man and I started looking around because Alex Cox directed Repo Man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sid and Nancy.
But also there was a sequel called Repo Chick.
What?
Did not know it existed.
Directed by Alex Cox?
Correct.
What?
Yep. Repo Chick was 2009. Yeah.
Oh, brother. So wait a minute. Where are you going with this,
Nowhere.
counselor?
Absolutely nowhere.
This has nothing to do with the movie?
No. Other than I just wanted to bring this up because I thought it was strange. There is a guy who was in Repo Man who played Archie, Miguel Sandoval.
Yeah.
He actually plays another character in Repo Chick. I just thought it was kind of interesting.
Okay.
Just a totally different character. Anyway, I just thought it was kind of strange. Had to bring it up.
Oh, man, I have looked at this before. I've never watched it, though. Okay. I'm just going to pretend like you didn't say any of that.
All right. Well, that tab's closed. But beyond Repo Man, I also thought of The Dark Backward.
I don't know if I've ever...
No. I saw it. It's an Adam Rifkin movie. And it is so fucking strange.
It's Judd Nelson, right?
And Bill Paxton. And they're both like trash men. And I think at one point Bill Paxton has a dead chick that he's fondling. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I have not seen this in a long time. But for some reason, Judd Nelson is a comedian who's not good at what he does. But from digging around in the fucking trash, he grows a third arm out the center of his back.
Right. Which
becomes the basis for his comedy act, which is still not funny.
It's got a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's a little high, I think.
So who's Adam Rifkin? I don't know that name off the top
Adam
of my
Rifkin, he's written, he wrote Mouse Hunt. He wrote Underdog.
I think I saw that at the theater.
Did you?
I don't know why.
He directed Detroit Rock City.
He directed Porn Star: The Legend of Ron Jeremy.
He directed The Chase. Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson. We brought that up before.
That's a fucking
That-
STD waiting to happen. Okay.
Anyway, where does that go in? That's going.
Yeah, what are we even talking about?
I was just talking about movies that I thought street trash, the same kind of genre type, but we have failed to mention anything about Troma.
Yeah, I figured we'd get there eventually.
Exactly. So Troma is probably the pinnacle of many of the Melt movies, right?
Are you going to do a Troma movie?
We're not doing Troma.
Ugh.
Are you happy or are you not? Are you sad now all of a sudden?
No,
When I think of, Toxic Avenger was 1984.
Wow, shit.
And this was 87 for street trash? Yeah. So just trying to give you an idea, Pat Ryan, he was the big guy who ran the freaking salvage yard in street trash.
Okay.
He was the mayor in Toxic Avenger.
Not Bronson, not the
No.
the
They're talking
psychopath.
about Pat Ryan, the big guy who ends
Yeah.
raping the dead body. Yeah.
Gross.
And yeah.
Oh man.
How does he die?
Toxic Avenger.
Did Pat Ryan die?
Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't know how he died in the movie. Anyway, just
Probably something gloopy.
Mm-hmm. So, in going through Street Trash's credits, now, as we said, we barely have any real actors that went on to do anything. I don't know if we mentioned before that the drunken wench, that the one that ends up dying, and our guy,
The diaper lady.
No. The Miriam Zucker, she was the mob boss's girl.
Yeah.
Who mistook Fred.
Oh my God, Fred.
Yeah. But in Street Trash, it did say something in the trivia that before this film, she was brutally attacked by thugs in New York City subway station several years before making the film. The attack left her partially deaf with a large scar on her scalp. And the scene where her characters attacked and gang raped by the homeless men in the junkyard brought back feelings of fear and dread that she felt during the incident. So, way to go, guys. Way to fuck with somebody.
That's not cool.
Not cool. But Miriam Zucker, she had a little bit of credits, all right? Some weird shit.
A little bit of credits.
She was in a movie called The Occultist, which I clicked on for some reason. And The Occultist reads, a cyborg private eye.
You had me at cyborg.
I had you at cyborg?
Mm-hmm.
Sold. A cyborg private eye is hired to protect a Caribbean president visiting New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right.
Now, she was also in a movie called Thrilled to Death. And I remember seeing the poster for Thrilled to Death. I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the poster. We had it at the video store. Right? And I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, that looks, a mystery writer and his wife are terrorized by a swinger couple. Interesting.
Okay.
Scroll down. One of the swinger couples, her name is Krista Lane, who is a porn star.
Oh. Okay.
I'm like, all right, interesting. And I started looking at her because I was like, holy shit, she had like 36 credits in 1988. How is that possible? They were all porns.
Just a big old bunch of porn.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
who was that, did you say?
That was Krista Lane.
Actress in Toxic Avenger?
No, she was in the that one movie I was just talking about. Thrilled to Death.
Oh, Thrilled to Death.
Yes.
Can someone actually be thrilled to death? I guess you probably could.
Our audience will never know because they're not going to get it from this podcast.
No, I wouldn't think. Although, there's some weird motherfuckers out there.
That are just getting off on this.
Yeah.
All right. So,
If you don't think there's Toxic Avenger like fanfic, slash fic, it's out there.
mhm. So the only other real person that had credits in Street Trash was Vic Noto.
Okay.
He played Bronson.
Right. Yeah. He was, yeah.
He's actually got a decent, credit history.
The actor himself seems like, I mean, that is such an intense role,
Mm-hmm.
That character is just out of his mind. I wish you didn't see the flashback portions of it, did you?
Yes.
You did
Yeah,
see
yeah, it was in
those?
my copy.
Yeah, I forgot. I've just never seen that stuff before. And now it's just like, holy crap. So
Yeah,
much.
where he's cutting off the guy's leg. I think, wasn't he still alive? He's cutting off his leg on the beach in Vietnam. Wow, man, it's just horrible.
So crazy.
So,
But yeah, I like that guy. He needs a star on the
in the alley around the corner from.
yeah. Yeah. Or he's like eating a dog or something.
Anyway, so going down Vic Noto's career.
Oh boy. He's
got a lot of biker credits. All right.
Uh-huh.
Death Wish 3, he was a biker. Night Flight was a TV series. He was Vic the Comic Biker.
Oh my fucking God.
All right.
Okay, hang on a second. Do you remember Night Flight?
No.
Oh my God. You've got to get on YouTube right now and look up Night Flight. There is still it's like a streaming service
this.
And yeah, it's just a late night, like they showed like music videos and fucking all kinds of shit. And
yeah.
I think for us it was on like Chicago TV or something, like WGN.
It says
maybe
USA Network.
Yeah, that's right. It was on USA.
Yeah.
But this is like old like before.
Oh yeah.
Before Gilbert Gottfried.
There were 12 seasons. Interesting. Yeah.
Go to their website and you can stream all that, and it's the best, just retro, just pop crap, and it's awesome.
Interesting.
I mean, anyway,
so
we're still talking about Bronson because I still am.
You still need to go back to to Stephen Lang.
No,
I'm still not done talking about.
I just every time we say Bronson, his name is Bronson,
and he was in Death Wish 3. So Bronson and Bronson. He was in Tougher Than Leather, the Run DMC movie. Yeah, I've never seen this.
Oh yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Legendary hip hop group Run DMC stars in this cross between a blaxploitation film and a spaghetti western. They must find and punish the evil drug lord record company executive.
Is that hyphenated?
Exactly. They must find and punish the evil drug lord / record company executive who murdered their friend. Along the way, they encounter racist bikers. Where do you think Vic Noto runs?
Are there non-racist bikers that we can choose from?
Blonde bimbos and the Beastie Boys.
Damn, dude. Watch that right now.
I'm going to cue this up. Anyway, thought that was kind of interesting. Never seen it. I remember playing at the theaters.
Wait, what movie are we talking?
Tougher Than Leather.
Oh, Tougher Than Leather.
Yeah.
I saw on cable, I'm pretty sure.
So Vic Noto also played a voice in Casualties of War. Going back to Michael J. Fox here for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Who directed Casualties of War?
De Palma.
Oh, right. Oh, that's why it's so, that's weird. I like that. I remember, I've only seen it a couple of times.
And we will probably have to, at some point, go down some De Palma holes.
Oh, man, for sure.
I'm pretty sure that Body Double would probably go right into the moratorium.
It's pretty sleazy.
But I did catch part of Dress to Kill. That was De Palma, right?
Uh-huh.
That was 1980. It was on this morning, and I watched part of it. Do you remember it at all? Angie Dickinson just totally
showing everybody her goods.
Oh, she was. She was a little whore. Whore.
Like
But
Big Bad
Keith
Mama.
Gordon played her son.
Oh.
Kind of interesting.
Wait, who's Keith Gordon?
Oh my God. We brought him up how many times now? Keith
Come
Gordon,
on.
Christine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to School.
Back to School. God damn, I couldn't think of Back to School.
And
I've seen it so many
Legend of
times.
Billie Jean.
There you go.
Yeah, Helen Slater.
Oh, I forgot. He was in Jaws 2. He was one of the kids that were out on the boat in Jaws 2. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that stupid, Gordon Lightfoot hat on. Like big
I knew you were going to say bucket hat, and then you were like, I'm going to offend Tim.
No, it wasn't even no. It wasn't even it wasn't like a pork pie hat or whatever. I think, ain't that what they're called? I don't know. Detective novels, they call them pork pie hats.
Okay.
But,
yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. I'm going back to find pictures of him right now.
It's just a big floppy hat, and it's like only kids in the 70s had him, and it doesn't look good on his big Jewish afro. Sorry if that offends anyone.
He doesn't have any kind of fro at all right now. He is very balding.
Mm-hmm. He was in a ton of childhood movies I loved. And
I didn't realize that Keith Gordon, he's done a lot of directing.
Okay.
He's directed a lot of TV shit. 10 episodes of Dexter.
Interesting.
3 episodes of The Killing, which I enjoyed that series.
Oh man, I have not watched that.
The Strain, Nurse Jackie, Better Call Saul, Fargo.
He's in The Strain?
He's directed an episode.
Oh, right.
So anyway, just some interesting info. Just because of De Palma.
We're doing Carrie?
We're not doing Carrie. So.
Damn it!
Back out.
It's an actual good movie.
Vic Noto was in Innocent Blood. Now, we talked about this last episode too, but we didn't go into detail about Innocent Blood. Chaz Palminteri, Anthony Paglia, Robert Loggia. I'm sorry, Robert Loggia.
Hey, Billy. Drink your freaking orange juice. Remember when he was like, did we already talk about that too?
Mm-hmm.
The kid comes down the stairs like to breakfast, and Robert Loggia's just at his breakfast nook. You gotta look it up. We need to post the link to that on our on one of these things on Twitter or something. That's hilarious. So Robert Loggia is the last person I would want to see when I wake up in the morning.
At your breakfast table.
I'm all bleary-eyed.
So, also, Kim Coates was in Innocent Blood.
Mm-hmm.
He has not aged.
No.
He really hasn't. And I know him probably the best when The Last Boy Scout, when he pops him in the nose.
Oh, right.
And says, "Bomba, baby," touch me again, I'll kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit. But Kim Coates, actually, I just saw him last night. We watched the new Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
And he's in that. It was all right. I kind of fell asleep at one point. But what movie do I not fall asleep in anymore?
Yeah.
Tom Savini was in Innocent Blood. He played a news photographer. That was great.
Oh.
Don Rickles.
Oh, man.
Louise Guzman.
Louise. Dude, he's a fucking national treasure.
He is.
What movie did he have his mustache and beard cut into a question mark? I don't
Oh my God, what was that?
I don't know, but that was badass.
Anyway, Dario Argento was in Innocent Blood.
You're wearing me out. How many How long is this going to go?
Actually, we've only been on for just over an hour. So
It seems like longer.
So I'm trying to stretch it out a little bit. Sam Raimi was in Innocent Blood. Linnea Quigley was in Innocent Blood. Everybody's in this movie, and I remember seeing it at the theater.
Linnea Quigley's in it?
Linnea Quigley's in it. She
Who
plays
is
a
she?
nurse, but she's way down on the credit list. But dude, Sam Raimi, beyond we always bring up Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he has done so many great things.
Yes.
I did not realize he's producing Don't Breathe 2.
Okay.
Okay, so
Who did Don't Breathe?
fuck, I don't know.
I don't either. I don't remember. I wish there was a website that would tell you all the actors and.
Exactly. Where are you going to find this shit? Don't Breathe was Fede Alvarez.
Oh, right. Yes, he did.
He did the new Evil Dead.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Man, that was I don't know. Oh, I meant to say this about VFW earlier. I really liked it, but it's a good like at the theater movie,
Yeah, I can see that.
I would enjoy it more with you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
I'm with you. More grindhousey feel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So anyway, Sam Raimi, he's acted in a ton of shit.
Yes. Sam Raimi?
Yes. Sam he was in Indian Summer, and I brought this up before.
Oh, right.
Right? Because he played, his name was Stick.
Oh my God. Is that still a good movie?
I enjoyed it. I even quote it quite often, but
I remember watching it like a million, it's just one of those things that was just always on.
I didn't realize that Sam Raimi was in Maniac Cop. He was a parade reporter. He's playing the little guys. He was in Spies Like Us.
No.
He was drive-in security.
Spies Like Us.
Yeah.
Don't make me sing this song.
Yeah. So
the French actress from Innocent Blood, she also is, oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, but the movie La Femme Nikita.
Right, okay. Mm-hmm.
When they redid it, it was
Bridget Fonda.
Yes, Bridget Fonda. It was an awesome movie.
Point of No Return.
Yes.
Yes, which Harvey Keitel played the cleaner. Mm-hmm. I loved that character. I wish they would have made a movie just over him being the cleaner.
Well, and also he's the cleaner, and he's
and Pulp Fiction.
The wolf. Yeah. Yep.
Yes, but I wanted to see that character go on because actually in Point of No Return he was. Don't
they end up like killing him or something?
Oh, I think that they fight under a car. And the wheel, and his face gets ground off by the back tire or something like that.
Oh my God. I'm watching that movie tonight. It better be on Amazon because I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
The opening, like the cold open with her, like, being kind of a drug addict with an axe.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Chaz Palminteri, man, that guy's got a big face. Jesus Christ. Hey, Marshall Bell is in, you know who Marshall Bell is?
No. Who's Marshall Bell?
Well, he's the gym coach from Nightmare on Elm Street 2 that he kills him in the shower, Remember that?
What were we talking about again?
An actor named Marshall Bell.
He was in Starship Troopers. General Owen.
He's just kind of like a type of guy you just slap a military looking hat on him, and I know him from he's in Total Recall. He's what's that guy's name? The guy with the mutant in his jacket.
Oh yeah. He had Quado.
That's his name.
Yeah, because he's from Tulsa.
Well, I've met him a couple of times.
No shit.
why does everything I click on have clickbait with Joe Exotic?
Everything has Joe Exotic. We are not talking about Joe Exotic. We got to talk about this guy because you're not going to believe me that right after I finished breakfast this morning, or as I was eating breakfast this morning, I turned on Pluto and Total Recall was on and I had to finish it. It was near the end of the movie and I had to finish it. And it was right when we met Quado.
Okay.
And that is so strange.
Dude, that scene where he is, like there's no oxygen. He's been shoved out of the, what did happen? Where
Well,
Schwarzenegger.
Cohagen like set a bomb on the alien device and Schwarzenegger grabs it and throws it, and when it explodes, he blows out an exhaust port or whatever. And so they're all getting sucked out, and it sucks out Ronnie Cox. And we get to see him. We get to see him just totally just clawing at his neck, his eyes bulging out. What great special effects were in that goddamn movie.
That is the grossest thing I've ever seen.
But when Arnold and the chick fly out too, and they start doing the same thing and clawing at their neck, and
so how do they? I mean that causes irreparable damage. How did they survive any of that?
Because that's when the alien heaters went down into the glacier core of Mars, released
obviously
this chain reaction that creates an atmosphere, and it created it fast enough that they came back.
No, I understand all that.
But how did they not have damage? I mean, permanent damage? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, the human skin is pretty resilient.
But I gotta say, Total Recall is a badass movie.
Can we do just one episode of this podcast about Michael Ironside?
I love Michael Ironside.
Maybe that's what we need to do for these mini-sodes. I'm going to say it right now. We need to focus on one just like incredible. It doesn't have to be like unsung hero, but just
like that. Just with following
like Ron Howard's brother or
and we do that.
Yeah, we do.
We really do.
I know, but I mean, maybe now we can have a
it's now a segment.
A segment where we just focus on.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is the best idea we've ever had. Looking at Ron Perlman right now, I would love to dig into his face. Got a huge face.
Mm-hmm. Back to Sam Raimi. He played Stick in Indian Summer. Now, I loved Indian Summer because I saw that at the theater. I
still haven't looked at it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it had Alan Arkin, Matt Craven, Diane Lane, Bill Paxton, Elizabeth Perkins when she was still cute.
Wow.
Kevin Pollak. I mean, everybody's in this. Vincent Spano, Julie Warner.
That's the guy that I remember.
I absolutely love Julie Warner.
I don't know who that is.
Doc Hollywood.
Oh, right. I just snorted a little bit. Yeah, right.
But I mean, everybody was in this, and it was so fun. It was just a really good, play. Mm-hmm. And Bill Paxton, his character was just awesome too. You fell in love with him.
Oh yeah, he's got long hair,
and he's just
man, I love him.
Yep.
He just every movie he was in was just
it's gold.
Better for it.
But so Kevin Pollak.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's easy to. The other way is real bad. You know what I mean?
So Kevin Pollak's had an illustrious career too for being a comedian. That's really where he got to start.
If this gets back to Willow, I am going to drive over to your house and kill you.
All right, that completes today's episode.
That's
so bear with me here because we're not watching Willow. How you connected Kevin Pollak to Willow was awesome. That was great.
Yeah,
But
he's one of the brownies.
Kevin Pollak's career, I mean, The Usual Suspects, great fucking movie. I don't care what you say, Kevin Spacey was a god in that movie.
Okay. I don't
Right?
care what you say.
But Few Good Men, he was good in that as well. But he's got a ton of freaking credits.
Yeah, sure.
And he was also in Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. You getting tired of me bringing this up?
Where is this going?
Yeah, okay. I'll just skip to it. He was Rill in Willow.
Oh, God.
Which we're just talking about Ron Howard and his meaty face. Right?
No, it wasn't his meaty face necessarily.
His brother's
more
meaty face.
It was more Clint. Clint got all the,
all the meat.
Yeah, just like a roast beef face. Like a pork shoulder.
So,
all right.
We're not doing Willow, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm just using Willow.
Is this going back to Clint Howard somehow?
No, not getting to Clint Howard. Was he in Willow?
Well, his brother directed it, so maybe you could.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm just scrolling down here. I didn't. Really...
Oh, yeah, he's in all of his movies. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I was like, that would be kind of odd if he wasn't in here.
Oh my God, just like scampering around in a loincloth.
I can't wait.
Thank you, Ron Howard.
Well, you talk about Rick Overton quite often.
Yeah, more than you would necessarily think.
Tony Cox, we talked about him at one of the last episodes. Not Ronnie Cox's son.
Let's get that out of the way. Tony Cox, did you say?
Yes,
or
Tony
Brian
Cox. Yeah, Tony, Brian, and Ronnie are not related in any way.
Tommy, Brian.
But Billy Barty was in Willow.
Oh, come on. Are we doing foul play?
We're not doing foul play. I love foul play. We're not doing foul play. But man, dude, Billy Barty, he died at the age of 76.
Wow.
That's like amazing for a little person.
And that dwarf tossing accident. When it got real popular, like in the 70s.
That's awesome. I mean, he's been in a ton of shit, man.
Yeah, he really has. I just watched The Undead. Mystery Science Theater did it. It's a Roger Corman movie, and a girl it's kind of a confusing plot where like a weird like experimental like psychiatrist or something. Anyway, he puts her into some kind of hypnotizes her, and she one of her past lives she was branded as a witch, and they're going to burn her, and I don't remember why I started talking.
I don't know. I was waiting for you to come back around.
Oh, Billy Barty was the witch's imp, and he would just like kind of teleport and show up in weird places. And he was in a little like suit, and his nose was really long. Like they had like a prosthetic thing, and his ears. I wish I hadn't brought this up.
Waiting to see where it comes back around.
Yeah.
So Billy Barty, he played a ton of recurring characters from Mickey Rooney's shorts.
He was in Mickey Rooney's shorts?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should clarify this.
This is the most disgusting episode we have ever done of this show.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, Mickey Rooney did a ton of little short films, and he played the same character.
I heard Mickey Rooney is a fucking lunatic.
Oh, he's pretty.
You always hear those stories about like, he's like a child actor and always has 4 guns on him or something. It's like a complete lunatic. Wait a minute. Where is this going?
Yeah. That's why I like keeping you in the dark, because you have no idea where I'm going now.
We're really at Mickey Rooney now.
Yeah. But no, when we go back to Skate Town, USA.
Oh, God.
Under the Rainbow. Of course, all the little people were in Under the Rainbow.
Please don't make us do Under the
We're
Rainbow.
not doing Under the Rainbow. I loved him in Foul Play. We've talked about this time and time again.
Yes.
But he was in Night Patrol. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're not
for
doing
sure.
Night Patrol.
No, that needs to be. Yeah, we will eventually.
We
but-
will eventually get back around to Night Patrol.
Yeah.
But he was in Legend.
Mickey Rooney?
No, oh my God. Billy Barty.
Oh.
We're still talking about Billy Barty.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Okay.
Billy Barty was Screwball.
Are we doing Legend?
We're not doing Legend.
Oh my God.
That would not fit in the moratorium. But
Another Ridley Scott movie would.
Exactly.
Are you talking about The Keep?
No. So Billy Barty was in Legend with another kind of little person by the name of Cork Hubbard. Cork Hubbard played Brown Tom.
Okay. I'm going to hang up real quick and then never talk to you ever again. No, I know exactly. Of course, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay. Do you know what else he's been in?
Oh, God. Don't make me.
You know what we're doing now, don't you?
No, I really have no idea. He was in a bunch of movies.
Cork Hubbard, he was 4'11". Was he in Brazil?
I think.
No, I don't see Brazil in here. Maybe he was in Brazil.
Maybe it was that. No, I think it was that. Never mind. It was like a short before it, but like a Monty Python thing.
But he was in Where the Buffalo Roam.
Okay.
Never seen that movie.
What? Really?
I've never seen Bill Murray playing Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Never seen it. Want to see it.
And
we're not watching it for this.
What's the guy? What's the guy from Young Frankenstein?
That was Peter Boyle.
Yeah, Peter Boyle.
Super duper.
Mm-hmm.
But our guy Cork Hubbard was in a little film back in 1981. He played a character by the name of Taw in next week's film, Caveman.
Oh, no. No.
We are doing Caveman. It was my pick. I wanted a palate cleanser from Street
Trash. The Ringo Starr vehicle.
Ringo Starr, Dennis Quaid, Shelley Long, John Matuzak.
Yeah.
And Barbara Bach.
Okay, now it's starting to sound better.
You've seen this, right?
Oh, yeah. Many times.
And what I didn't realize, Richard Mall plays the abominable snowman.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
Yep. It has a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it has the scene where there's like that giant mayfly on and he like swats it. And
it just squishes it down on his face and it just goo everywhere.
Tim, I hate you.
Do you?
I do not want to watch this movie.
Why not?
I'm looking at the stills from it and I am
When's the last time you've seen this?
Probably, I mean, conservatively, 20 years ago.
Exactly.
Probably.
It's about the same here, but I remember it so well. I even had I even played the music the other day. I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, the music stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, I've been sitting on this for a week since I made this yarn.
That must be uncomfortable.
Exactly. And I love this movie. I've seen it so many times. So many times.
You know, that's why we take turns, you know.
Mm-hmm. But this definitely belongs in the moratorium because it was unavailable for the longest time.
Quest for Fire also was like that popped up when I searched for Caveman. And I remember watching that and thinking like, I probably shouldn't be watching this because there's like, you know, anyway, they both came out at the same time. You know, John Matuzak is Sloth and Goonies.
Oh yeah. Didn't he die just shortly after that too?
Oh no, gosh. Jack Gilford. I love all these old 50s like headshots
Mm-hmm.
because they're like probably serial molesters or something.
John Matuzak died in 1989 from heart failure. He was 49 years old. Oh, sorry.
Damn.
He was 39 years old. I can't add.
Jesus.
Wow. What a big guy for having that much problem.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm already kind of like glancing around, and there are a lot of things that I like about it. I see them carrying like the giant egg and
and
the
making
kind
an
of
omelet out of it.
yeah, and the stop motion kind of
Yes.
iguana thing that he rides.
That was a lot of fun.
I was just thinking about this the other day. I have a lot of. They're not even quite, like the fantasy ones are typically sword and sandal movies. It's a lot of people with like crepe beards and cardboard swords and stuff like that, which I enjoy.
I know you enjoy it. I'm just looking at pictures now of Caveman, just reminiscing.
Dennis Quaid is a good-looking dude.
He's been in so many things.
Yeah. Inner Space. Come on.
And Inner Space just came up a second ago when we were talking about some director.
I watched. I showed Summer Ed Grimley. I don't think she knew who Ed Grimley was, and she was kind of doing a weird dance at the house, and it's like, you look just like Ed Grimley. And I made her watch it. Martin Short's awesome.
All right, so that's my pick for next week.
All right, if you insist.
It is on YouTube, of course. I like picking movies that are on YouTube, where
sure,
just anybody and everybody can watch our films as we're watching it if they want. Our two listeners.
Man, I looked up a Jack Palance movie the other day. What was it? Jack Palance. What the crap
you
was
corrected
it?
me last week. That's why I did it this time.
Did I? I don't think there is I was clearly bullshitting because I have absolutely no idea how you.
We get everybody's name wrong.
Oh, for sure.
And that's
gosh. Fun. We probably butchered some of those Italian names when we.
It's the only real reason we got off of Italian films.
All we have to agree on is that his name is Fulci.
Yes, that's fine.
Oh my God. I just saw a picture of something that I am going to. That's the next one. And I have to. Yeah, I'm calling my shot.
Already.
Because I want to. Oh my God.
Don't tell me. Keep it a surprise.
There's like a mushroom cloud over my head right now because it is so. It just fits the bill. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. Okay. Oh man, I got another one to add to that too.
Oh,
brother.
And that's the reason why we do this.
Yeah.
Dude, Kevin McCarthy in Inner Space. That was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I love him.
The guy from Body Snatchers.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I caught a bit of that the other morning because I don't think I've ever watched the original Body Snatchers.
Yeah. What'd you say? His name's Kevin McCarthy?
Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
He was
my God,
good-looking guy back then.
Yeah, he's kind of like a Roger Moore or something kind of looking dude. Wears thin shirts that you can see his nipples through.
Wow, he died in 2010 at the age of 96. That is a full life.
He is in Twilight Zone, the movie.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
The kid wishes, pretty good.
All right, is there anything else you want to add for this? This may be one of our shortest episodes ever.
Oh, well, maybe we're just learning how to trim the fat off while we're doing it.
Wish I could learn that to do that some other way.
Yeah, this is getting messy. There's all this fat laying around.
I think we learned a lot this episode, though.
I just am still
reeling.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just Ringo Starr in like a pelt.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine. I'm going to watch it tonight, I think.
Yeah. You can watch it with your wife. Make her watch it. I bet she's never seen it.
She will be asleep in
Minutes.
during the credits, probably. But yeah, I might do that.
I'm going to make my daughter watch it because I know that she hasn't seen it, and I should have been subjecting her to this a long time ago.
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, this next one that I wrote down, it's like I can't wait. I'm excited.
All right. I look forward to hearing it.
Okay, well, try not to think about
The outside world.
yeah, that too.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Signing off.
Yep. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You forgot to do your bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
There you go. That's better.
You've been listening to The Yarn Wall, an MT Cornfield production. For more fun and stupidity, stay tuned. Next week, we venture back to the land of claymation dinosaurs with the 1981 classic woolly pelted comedy, Caveman. Ringo Starr, Shelley Long, and Dennis Quaid head off this goofy cast in search of third-grade humor. You can watch Caveman on YouTube for free. Again, please like, share, and subscribe, then rinse and repeat. We appreciate the support. If you have any movie suggestions, or just want to tell us how much we really suck, you can contact us at moviemoratorium@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and long live VHS.
You had me at Cyborg. Cyborg Private Eye.